Okay, guys, so we are going to learn a little bit more about what does it mean to multiply a fraction by a whole number. So if we're looking here, the ruler below shows three 1-inch segments. You can represent this as 3 times 1/2. Okay, so if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3 1/2 segments, which is why you get the equation 3 times 1/2. You have learned different ways to think about fractions and also about multiplication. Below are other ways to think about 3 times 1/2 inch. So 3 1/2 inch sections is 3 over 2 inches, because if we were to add these together, we would have 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus 1, which will be 3, and then we don't add the denominators, so it would look like 3 over 2. Okay? So again, 3 1-inch sections is 1 whole inch plus 1/2 an inch, or 1 and 1/2 inches. Because if we were to convert this into a mixed number, we would do 3 times 1, which would be 3 over 2. 2, the denominator goes into 3 one time with 1/2 inch left over. Okay, so it would look like 1 and 1/2 inch. Now you could say 3 over 2 inches is 3 times as long as 1 inch, because 3 times 1/2, 3 over 2 is 3 times as long as 1 inch. So that would equal this, because 1 and 1/2, if you look here on the ruler, you see that it's at 1.5. So the answer to 3 times 1/2 is 1 and 1/2. So it's 3 times as long as 1 inch. 3 or 1.5 is 3 times as long as a 1/2 inch. Okay. So what does it mean to multiply a whole number by a fraction? The ruler below shows a 3-inch segment divided into 2 parts. So 3 inches here divided into 1, 2 parts. That's the same as multiplying 3 times 1/2. You can represent this as 1/2 times 3. So notice you're still getting the same answer pretty much. When 3 is divided into 2 equal parts, 1/2 times 3 is 1 part. When 3 is divided into 2 equal parts, each part is 1 and 1/2, or 3 over 2. So you got 3 total inches here. Each part is divided into 1 and 1/2. So basically 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 3. Okay? So it says, what happens when a fraction is multiplied by a fraction? Find 1/4 of 1/2 inch segment, or 1/4 times 1/2. So 1 times 1 will be 1, and then 4 times 2 equals 8. Remember that when you multiply fractions, you do multiply the bottoms. So as you see here, 1/2 of an inch is marked on this ruler, or this line. So if you divide 1/2 into 4 equal parts, then you would have your answer here. Okay? To find 1/4 of 1/2 inch, you divide the 1/2 inch into 4 equal parts. Remember that 1/2 inch is already part of 1 whole inch. So notice that they have 1 whole inch here, because the half is part of a whole. So you have to divide this section into fourths too. So you have a total of 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces here between 0 and 1 inches. Okay. So 1/4 of 1/2 inch is 1 of 8 parts of a whole inch. So 1/8 inch. Because essentially, when you're multiplying, since we're using inches, since we're multiplying parts of the inch, you still have to take in consideration the whole inch, which is why it's 1/8 of an inch and not just 1/4 of 1/2. That's the problem. Okay. So what if you need to find 3/4 of a 1/2 inch? segment. Above, you found that 1/4 of a half-inch segment is 1/8. Now you need to find 3 1/4 of 1 inch. So then you're just shading in 3 areas here, okay? And then you still have your 8 pieces. So you have 3/4 times 1/4. So 3/4 times 1/2 equals 3/8 because 3 times 1 equals 3, 4 times 2 equals 8. Based on the two problems above, what do you expect is the product of 2/4 times 1/2? Explain. So I want you to take all the information we learned and explained. Now, you're essentially doing the same things here. So 1/4 times 1/3, okay? So you got 4 this way and 3 this way. Look at the model on the left above. Each column is what fraction of the whole? So what fraction of the whole is colored? Each row is what fraction, each column is what fraction of the whole. So that would be 1/4 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? What each row is what fraction of the whole? There's 1, 2, 3 pieces. So 1/3. The dark blue parts show 1/4 of 1/3. How many parts are in the whole? Okay? So again, you're going through and you're multiplying. Okay? So then this is just an area model where you can multiply across, practice those skills. Describe the multiplication problem. So you obviously want to see how many are going this way and how many are going this way. That will give you your fraction this way. So there's 2 shaded parts here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total parts. And there's 3 shaded parts here, and then 5 total parts this way. So what fraction do you think is there? Okay, so any more questions that you have, just feel free. We can go over this in our office hours time. Sorry, I had something in my eye. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. All righty.